What's good, Josh? Your boy J Suave. I am the host of J Suave TV. I seen this trailer going around for the Spider-Man Noir TV series. Yes, you heard me right, TV series. I thought this was gonna be a movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, Spider-Man fans, but this might be the very first Spider-Man live-action TV series we have. If I'm wrong, put me on, because I definitely want to check that out. But this is definitely interesting. Anyway, I liked how the teaser trailer was looking, so I figured I'd just come in here and talk to y'all about it real quick, get y'all a video, and we go from there. So if you got anything I gotta say all in the video, I already know what y'all gotta do. Go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, follow if you want TikTok. Let's talk about this trailer real quick. So this won't be a breakdown like I typically do with the trailers that I'll be watching. I'm just gonna yap about my thoughts on the trailer and some expectations, if any, that I have going into this series. I don't know ball on Spider-Man Noir at all outside of his portrayal in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. One thing I will say though is that it is very cool to see Nicolas Cage reprising his role as the character in live action and really bringing the goofiness of this character to light on screen. To see the different mannerisms that Cage has throughout the trailer and all these different hand gestures. I love the scene where he's talking to his two coworkers. They ask him, what did you get into the night before? He's like, I just got into this fight at the bar, nothing crazy. While I was at the bar though, I got plastered. I'm like, okay, heard you. I could definitely see Spider-Man Noir doing this Into the Spider-Verse movie. Obviously, this character has a lot going on within him. I think he mentioned tics and different visions that he was having throughout at the very beginning of the trailer. Saw the spider that likely gave him his Spider-Man powers. That shit looked like a whole ass tarantula. Would not want that thing biting me. I would say I don't know how it ended up biting him, but the way he was eyeing that spider in that trailer, I don't know, bro might have been looking for something to take the edge off. Maybe he was just bored on the job and this just ended up being a result of being bored. Also, what though I do anticipate we'll be seeing this character dealing with his vices throughout this series. Also fighting crime at the same time. I'm looking forward to seeing the quipsome Spider-Man Noir. Just seeing how he makes his character unique to the Spider-Man that we know and love at this point. And this is Nicolas Cage here. This man is no stranger to acting. So I'm sure he's gonna put his own flair on things as he's already established from that trailer. And hopefully make this character into a household name to where we could potentially get more seasons of this show. Maybe that's the Spider-Man fan of me talking. I don't know. Like I said, I do not know a ball on Spider-Man Noir. But I just feel like if this was gonna be a one and done story, you could have made it into a movie. You already know how media gets these days. If they can make some great bank back on this series, if it performs well, they go do what they can to make that second season. So let's see what happens. The things I noticed that this series will be premiering on Prime. Currently, I was release date of May 25th of this year. As I was looking up when the show was going to release, I did get some more insight on the series as a whole. First of all, Spider Noir, not Spider-Man Noir. My Spider-Man bias is showing very clearly. Secondly, we got a very calm description of what we can expect going into this series. So the man under the mask is named Ben Reilly. He is a grizzled private investigator in 1930s New York, who is also the masked vigilante known as the Spider. Calling it a direct spin-off of the Spider-Verse animated films, which makes sense to me. Just hearing that this is a spin-off of the Into the Spider-Verse movies, it gotta have some type of continuity between them. Right now, it's seeming like a spin-off prequel. Because obviously, Ben Reilly is just getting his power. Which, by the way, Ben Reilly, Uncle Ben, nah, that's mad crazy. Literally just put two and two together on that one. Maybe it won't tie directly into the Spider-Verse movies like that, but this Spider Noir is just the same Spider Noir that pops up in those movies, which would make sense. Nicolas Cage is playing the character. I might be thinking too hard about that one. To get more information on what Ben Reilly is actually getting into in this series, apparently he'll be confronting his past after a tragedy. Personal tragedy, sorry. TikTok got all that BS on the bottom. I couldn't see that it said personal tragedy. The tone being described as 70% Humphrey Bogart. Gotta do my homework on that. Only Bogart I know is this fraud from One Piece right here. My One Piece fans, if you know, you know. Yeah, 70% Humphrey Bogart and 30% Bugs Bunny. So as I expected, there's gonna be some jokes in there, but clearly Ben Reilly has some things that he needs to deal with in this series. Y'all know me. I'm always looking for a character that has some extra depth and baggage to them. Last thing I'll comment on before ending this video is that when I seen at the end of that trailer, this series could be watched in black and white and color. I might gotta give this John 2 watches. That really got me in a good mood. I don't got nothing against black and white. I would have wholly just watched this series in black and white. But the fact that they give you the option of black and white and color, Prime got my respect for that. If you couldn't tell, despite how much of a casual I am on Spider Noir, I'm definitely excited for this series to drop. Y'all let me know, what did you think about that teaser trailer? You know, if you're excited for the series to drop and your expectations, how will this potentially tie into the Spider-Verse movies? All that. Leave all your predictions in the comments. I'll be your host, J Suave. Hope you've been entertained, and we're gonna talk soon. Peace out.